Curtis, in Ohio, stands in the rain watching enormous clouds, confused as motor oil seems to fall instead of water. After breakfast with his wife Samantha and their deaf daughter Han, Curtis goes to work at a construction company while Samantha cares for Han and sews items to sell at the local market on Saturdays. That afternoon, Samantha's friends visit with their children. When Han picks up a dangerous piece of wood with nails, Samantha must stop her physically since shouting warnings doesn't work. Heavy rain forces the construction workers to stop early, and they go out for drinks. Samantha teaches Han the sign for storm while watching the rain through the window. Curtis drops off his colleague and friend Dart, who tells Curtis he's living a wonderful life. But Curtis admits things aren't always perfect. Their talk is interrupted by Dart's wife asking him inside. Back home, Samantha shares Han still struggles to connect with other kids. The next day, during cleanup to keep Han safe, a storm approaches. Lightning strikes, and Curtis's dog Red starts barking wildly. When Curtis approaches to take Han's hand, Red breaks free and bites Curtis's arm fiercely. Curtis wakes up. It was a nightmare. At breakfast, still troubled, he pulls Han away from Red. When Samantha asks, Curtis loses his patience and leaves without eating. At work, distracted, Curtis keeps looking at his arm during a meeting. His boss Jim is angry about delays due to rain and wants lost time made up. On the way to the site, Curtis asks Dart to pick up supplies. Curtis notices black birds flying in strange patterns. Dart doesn't see anything unusual. After overtime, Curtis arrives late to Han's parent-teacher meeting, muddy and unwashed. He learns more about sign language, essential for Han, which he needs to practice since he spends less time with her than Samantha does. Later, rain causes Curtis and Han to crash the car. Curtis's head bleeds, but Han is fine. Men break windows and pull Han out. Curtis wakes screaming. It was another nightmare. Curtis hides his sickness from Samantha and tells her to go to the market with Han. Samantha argues with customers while Curtis fences in Red, apologizing to the dog. He finds a storm shelter door, opens it, and descends to plan. Later, Samantha puts away money and vacation savings. Curtis gives vague answers about Red outside. News reports of a gas leak fuel Curtis's paranoia. Curtis finds Han looking out as a man tries to open their door. The house shakes and objects levitate. Curtis struggles to breathe and wakes up shocked, having wet the bed. He hides the accident from Samantha, blaming his outburst on feeling sick, and tells her to go to church. Curtis takes Han to the library and stocks canned food for emergencies, making them late for lunch with family who judge him for missing church. Curtis cleans the shelter and reads about mental illness. He sees a doctor, admits to troubled sleep, nightmares, bedwetting, and pain from the dog bite. He is prescribed medication and referred to a psychiatrist. Samantha's insurance covers Han's hearing surgery. The family quietly celebrates. Curtis hides taking medication. Samantha starts vacation plans. The next day, Curtis looks healthier. At work, Curtis and Dart hear thunder when the sky is clear. Curtis panics and vomits. Driving, Curtis has breathing trouble, stops to recover, and buys a shipping container to expand the shelter. Curtis visits his medicated mother, who had paranoid schizophrenia at his age. Worried, he calls his doctor for psychiatric alternatives. Curtis calculates costs to transform the shelter into a bunker, takes a home improvement loan without telling Samantha, and takes work equipment with Dart's help. Dart worries over Curtis's health. Curtis discusses trauma and dreams with a counselor who can't diagnose, but offers support. During a school meeting, Curtis sees strange lightning. Family sleeps through it. At the market, Samantha argues after discovering Curtis's loan and decisions like locking Red in. Curtis storms off. Samantha breaks down. Curtis overdoses on medication and has a seizure. Paramedics are called. Curtis admits his fears to Samantha and vows to attend counseling. Han's surgery is scheduled. Curtis asks to remove Dart from his team. Jim gives him a warning for missed work. Curtis buys expensive gas masks. Rumors about his behavior circulate, but Samantha is defensive. Curtis's brother Kyle worries about his health. Curtis insists he's fine and tells Kyle to visit their mother. Kyle takes Red. On a rainy afternoon, a dream shows Samantha considering grabbing a knife. Curtis can't shake the strange dream feelings. Jim arrives with bad news. Curtis is fired for equipment theft and lying. Dart is suspended. Samantha slaps Curtis and leaves with Han. Curtis's counselor transfers. He avoids the new counselor and resumes shelter work. Samantha mends clothes for extra money, but uses their vacation savings. Curtis reassures Samantha he's trying to get better. They cancel a beach trip to cover bills and postpone Han's surgery. Samantha insists Curtis see a psychiatrist and attend a school dinner to fight isolation. Curtis and Dart argue. Curtis lashes out, citing a coming devastating storm. Curtis later rescues Han from the road as a flock of birds flies oddly, then falls dead. Sirens sound. Curtis hides his family in the shelter with oxygen masks until morning. Samantha asks to open the door. Curtis hears the storm, but she doesn't feel it. He finally opens the door to a sunny day and neighbors cleaning storm debris. Samantha takes Curtis to a psychiatrist who prescribes more medication and a rest period at a specialized facility, meaning separation from family. At the beach, Han signs storm as oil rain falls and a dark storm approaches. Curtis and Samantha share a look, unsure if his dreams are truth or mental illness affecting them both.